Here's a look at the market through the eyes of eMiniDayTrader. This is just a short video, about 4 or 5 minutes. Doesn't get into quite the detail that our regular members video does, but we can still take a look at the market here and have some comments on what we think its condition is. Yesterday when we left, we were mentioning that the areas down here in around 28 area could be support, and that also if it got down below there and held, it could be a very bearish development. And it did hold for some 3 hours almost today, but then late in the day had a good rally off of the low here, some 10 points, which I think is fairly significant, and would not be at all surprised if that 28 area holds for good support. Going into tomorrow, I think we're looking around the 34 area as potential resistance, and if it can hold above that, then the next target would be about 940. So it did have some of the follow through that we thought it could have, but still, even though the market obviously produced lower value area today, I would suggest that this is not indicative of continuation lower, but more likely a turn higher after this dip. If it comes back down below, I think still 28 is a key price. If it comes back low, back down below 28 again, obviously that's not a bullish development. That would be more bearish. But I think the 28 area is likely to hold, and I'm looking for that also to pierce through 34 and hit 40. That's my sort of number one scenario going into tomorrow. As far as the trades that we had today, we had a couple of early trades. Our first trade was a nice short right in here. We were able to hold that. It dropped 3 1/4 points for us. When the market turned higher, we got long right in here. It did rally 1.5 points for us, although we were not filled on that on our second objective. So break even on the second half of that position, hitting our first two objectives. By the way, in the first trade, we not only hit our first two objectives, but salvaged a minimum of 1 point on the final partial position on that trade. Now, when the market came down here and made these new lows below that 28 area, we had a couple of decelerations in here where we got long both times. Both of them we were stopped out on for small losses, one for 3 ticks and one for a point or 4 ticks. So those were trades that did not work today. And then we had a late trade here, got us long right in here, and it rallied 2.5 points for us, so easily hitting our first objective. So we're a little bit early on getting long on these trades in here. As you can see, it did come down here, make a slightly new low before it had the good rally up. So we're a little bit early on these longs in here. Good timing on this one, although it did pull back once more, but the gist of it was to try and get long after the market had dipped down below 28 and really proved to us that it was not likely to hold below there. So anyway, that's a quick look at the market through the eyes of eMiniDayTrader. If you have any interest at all, just give us an email, info@eMiniDayTrader, and we can always put on an individual webinar for you if you'd like to see our markets, our software shown in real time. So that'll be it for Wednesday, June the 3rd, 2009.